And this is episode 5
of the Golf Performance Podcast.
And somehow, after a month of being away, we are managing to do episode 5. People probably thought we left the whole project.
Well, yeah, I figured Breon bailed on me because you lost versus Kansas State. That next week we were supposed to have this podcast, but there wasn't any good OU football to talk about. We had bad omens from the beginning of the season when I said that we would probably win the championship. So it's really my fault. But do you think we still have a chance? So last week versus Iowa State, I went to bed because I went to the LSU Alabama bar.
Oh yeah, was that nuts? So before we go to OU, I want to hear about that.
LSU fans are so dirty. They're so dirty, but it's fun. They have a good time. But then we walk across the street to the OU bar. But by that time we were worn out. Me, my sister, and my lady friend.
So it was 35-14 at halftime.
Yeah, and so I watch. They're up by 14, I think, in the fourth quarter, right?
Yes.
And so I was like, I gotta go to bed. My buddy wanted to play golf Sunday. And so, he's asking me when we're playing golf, he's like, oh, you win yesterday? I was like, yeah, but I don't know. I didn't see that at the end of the game. I just assumed. And we won by 1 point.
Yeah, it was
and
sad.
They went for 2. They could have lost.
They could have won the game.
Yeah.
So OU, I don't know if they deserve to be in the playoff. I mean, deserving isn't the right word.
Iowa State always plays them tough, and they're always kind of underrated, don't you think?
Yeah, because they have the best defense in the Big 12. So, they're really the only team in the Big 12 that probably has better defense than offense. Mm-hmm. So it makes a difference. But tell me about this LSU Alabama, because I can't stand either fan base. So
I teach. I have a big. I guess I don't have many friends, but I have you as an OU friend.
Of course,
I have 2 LSU friends.
Okay,
and then I have a student I have 2 students that are Alabama fans.
Okay.
So and they're good people, but I don't know. I don't have much experience with Alabama. Like at the Sugar Bowl back in 2014 when we beat them.
Yes.
So that Friday night or the day before the game, I just catered to Alabama. Like, you guys are going to whoop us. So they're nice to me and gave me, bought me drinks and stuff. But then after we beat them, they're nowhere to be seen. So I don't know what they're like.
They're probably similar to OU fans, because I know when we lose, like OU Texas,
everyone
mass exodus.
Yeah, they're just depressed. Well, LSU fans too. I mean, all those hillbilly country schools, Bayou schools, whatever. They're all their life revolves around it.
True. But I guess by way of reintroduction again, since it's been a month, you've got Lebronald Palmer here for Golf Performance Group, and we're glad to be back. And we also have
JJ Wood, Director of Instruction here at Golf Performance Group.
And we're going to actually show some video of the space today on our actual video, because we finally are set up where we'll have the entire podcast video released to you all. Yeah. Now we're going to do YouTube and Vimeo Vimeo.
We'll just put it on YouTube because everyone has that. Vimeo is a little harder to... For me, at least, I'm not as familiar with it. I just put some videos there.
And what will be the YouTube page name?
So it is, I have it right here. It's JJ Wood PGA. Let me see here. Whoops. Sorry.
Because we want to make sure that they find it, and then I'll make sure that we share it on all the social media sites as well.
So it is. So I did a branded account. Now I'm all confused on how that works. Switch account. So it's going to show my accounts here. So see it right here. So what is it? JJ Wood PGA?
Yeah, JJ Wood PGA.
Comma PGA, yeah.
So you'll be able to see the full podcast. Of course, you'll get the audio on any of your favorite streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple, iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, all of those locations. Yeah. But we'll finally have the video up as well, so you can see how crazy, one, I look when I'm hitting golf balls, 2, how good JJ does his teaching, and then how good the location is that we're at. Because it's 40 degrees outside of Houston right now.
But this is like a pool house studio. It's just nice scenery around here.
It is.
I mean, we hit balls that way. We got the pool, behind us.
Got everything that you want. Now, I can't believe that I flew in from Portland the other day. It was 55 degrees in Portland. When I landed in Houston, it was 38 degrees.
Yeah, right now it's 42 with showers.
What is going on right now?
I don't know. I was talking to someone else that's not from Houston, and when is the good season in Houston? Fall. But it's like a couple days, because this is fall, right? It's going into winter, but it's like this. It's either hot or raining.
Good. October is good.
Yeah.
Like the full month of October, you can go outside every day. You're not sweating. It's not 100 degrees, and it's not
but it's
too
probably
cold.
windy and raining or something.
Well, we get a lot of rain. We do get a lot of rain. I think I hope this rain goes away. It's supposed to be here all week, though.
Yeah, I do too. Or, well, I mean, I teach in here a lot, so we'll just be in here watching football.
So let's catch the people up. What have you been up to over the past 3 weeks since we haven't had a chance to get a podcast together?
So, earlier in the podcast we talked about my last term of the year. Like, that was probably episode 1, but I didn't play golf really for about a month, 6 weeks.
Okay.
Just to refresh my brain, because like every other golfer, you get cluttered with swing thoughts, and I fell victim to it the last year or so. So I played in a Pro-Am out of Carlton Woods, and it was the best ball striking round I've had in 2 years. And it was a shamble, but we took my drive every hole. And
did y'all win, though, is the question?
No, we didn't win because all the sandbaggers. But
or did people cheat?
Yeah, and well, we had a pretty low handicap team for Pro-Am, so everyone was like 10 or below.
Okay.
So we didn't get enough shots. But since we played a shamble, everybody tees off, takes the best drive. So I was hitting my driver really, really well, and we took it on every hole and the par 3. So I shot 68. You play your own ball in from there.
Oh, okay. So I was confused about that. I thought the shamble was, of course, you take the best drive,
but then you take the best second
That's
shot.
What I thought. That's
scramble.
Just a regular scramble.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's fun because you can play your own ball. So I shot 68 and I had a 3-putt bogey. That was it.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah,
That's actually a low score.
I told Andy, who we were just talking about, I was like, man, I'm back. I'm ready. Like, so we go play, and I shoot 73 on that 3 days, 5 days later, whatever. But, I didn't get a good warm up in, and I was kind of, not as serious because in the Pro-Am, you got to play like you're a pro because they think you're a pro, so.
And at Carlton Woods, I mean, that's probably serious business that people were thinking as well.
Well, they pay $10,000.
That's what I was gonna say.
So you better bring your A game. So they feel like they get their money's worth. But
I'd be pissed if I paid $10,000 and someone came and shot 85.
Well, there might have been a few of those because sometimes they struggle to get pros, so they'll have some club pros out there that aren't too sharp. But yeah,
and this time of year it's tough to be sharp. There's a lot of distractions. You got college football, you got NFL, you got NBA starting, and then like all the family responsibilities potentially people have. This is a tough time of year to be engaged with golf.
Yeah, but it's also a good time to make swing changes,
which is what I'm working on.
Yeah,
which is what I've been working on.
You don't have to go outside to do it, so we're going to talk about that.
Yep, we'll definitely talk about that. Yeah, so now you also did a coaches summit, right?
Yeah, so I went to Austin last week, and it was a good lineup of speakers with Scott Fawcett from Decade Golf. It's course management strategy software he has that nearly all the tour players, college players use. And then let's see, there's the Orange Whip inventor, Jim Hackenberg. So I got to know him pretty well, and he came out here on his way through Houston after that. Jason Day's coach, caddy, father figure, Colin Swanton. Let's see, those were the 3 main ones where I got a lot of good insight and info from.
Nice.
And actually the ping engineer, because he's similar to myself. He plays in the National Club Pro. He's played in the PGA Championship.
Okay.
But he has a full-time job, and he's the designer for ping. But basically what I got out of his talk is everybody's a terrible club fitter unless you're a genius, because he was talking about shaft deflection.
Makes sense.
And all this stuff, and I'm like, I know most people just need the basics, but he's talking about Victor Hovland and all these guys he put together drivers for, and how detailed they get with this crazy.
Which to me, yeah, I mean, but technology helps you now be a better club fitter.
It does, but when you listen to a guy like that talk about club fitting, you're like,
I don't know anything.
Yeah, you're like, so basically we got to go get an engineering degree to talk on his level.
I mean, if you think about it, the golf swing though, it's people make it real complicated now. I'll credit to you. You don't. You have a few things that you can look at people specific to their body, their style of swing, and can help people. But a lot of people make the golf swing feel like you need a physics degree to figure out how the golf swing goes.
Golf instructors, they're always like trying to outdo each other on social media with pronation, supination, radial deviation. I don't even know. I get confused what the words mean, but I've heard instructors say it in a lesson to an 18 handicap, and I'm like,
they
don't even know their left foot from the right foot when I'm talking to them. So I'm like, how about you just swing your arms up and down and get good tempo and balance?
Agreed.
And then you hit it way better.
Agree.
And then you relax and your body actually starts to turn. So
Yeah, so my last couple of weeks really have just been travel. It's more my fault that we haven't had a podcast because in the career world, I'm on a plane this time of year, really like once a week.
So that's coming to an end, though?
My last week of travel is this week. So I'll have a break through Thanksgiving, really almost up through Christmas or pretty close. Obviously, I'll have some things that I need to do in-house, working on making sure that I fulfill some responsibility. But the road work will end here shortly, which will be good because the last 3 weeks have been pretty tough. But other than that, I have been able to make some improvements on my golf swing, even in hotels.
Well, because you have some drills where you can do the turn drill, you can do swing positions with a mirror. There's a lot of things you can do people don't realize that are more beneficial than going to a driving range.
Yeah, so I'll tell a funny story, and of course we're going to get into my progress, 90-day challenge, and all that. But I do have a funny story. So I was in a hotel and I ordered Uber Eats. All right, but this was in the meantime of me trying to do like a hotel workout. So I've got like bands set up on the door.
I'm lazy with that stuff.
I bring my stuff with me. I put it in my backpack every time. So I had bands on the door. I've got like a towel. I'm in there sweating. The Uber Eats person comes in. They clearly thought I was some lunatic. They probably like, what is this guy doing?
What'd you order, like Chick-fil-A or something?
No, it was worse. It was like Wingstop. Like they were like, what is he doing in here? Like as they walk in, there's like bands right there. I'm trying to like pay them money. I'm like sweating. So just keep in mind, it doesn't matter what you look like. Just go ahead and still get your workout in on the road because they probably thought I was nuts.
And that's where people go when you travel. I mean, it's people that don't travel. You don't realize how hard it is to stick to your routine,
really hard.
fitness. Then you got your nutrition stuff.
Yeah.
And then if you're a golfer, that stuff. But then mentally, you're exhausted from the travel.
Yeah, from just planes. I mean, definitely. Especially going, we live in Central Time Zone. In the last 3 weeks, I've been multiple hours in Eastern, multiple hours in Mountain, multiple hours in Pacific. Like you just kind of go back and forth. It does take a toll on you.
Yeah, it definitely does. And that's where I think fans overlook athletes, like all sports. Man, I like just in the like tour experiences I've had, like with seeing Jordan Spieth and Rory, like all the stuff they go through at an event, and then they're traveling to the next event. Yeah. And then they're going through all that media stuff again. It's like, how do you play at that level?
And all the stuff you bring with you. I mean,
they ship it because they've got all these different shafts. Yeah. And, they got backups. They got, everything.
and to that, so let's kind of talk about what's been happening in golf.
All right.
Can you believe that Tiger Woods?
No.
And we kind of had a little conversation before the podcast started. I can't believe Tiger Woods is still winning events. I cannot believe
just because he's not human. He's been humanized the last decade or so, but
his swing. And I'll add this to our video, the swing that we found online. His current swing looks nothing like anything he's done in the past 20 years.
Well, he's redone it again with Chris Como, my former coach.
Oh yeah,
But he's built it with Dr. Kwan as well to fit his body limitations and stuff. So,
but he shouldn't be competing with these younger guys. It makes no sense to me.
Like I said, Scott Fawcett spoke at the coaching summit. He played at Texas A&M, good player, won 10 times on many tours, but he doesn't play golf at all anymore. He's like me, like a golf instructor. You play randomly throughout the year. But he signed up for Q School this year. He has no business going to Q School at he's mid-40s probably. He said he played like 10 times this year, He gets through stage one, like shooting 70, 68, 69, 72, something like that. And then he goes to stage two. He had one really bad round, barely misses to get to finals. But his whole software is based on strategy. So he's just –
So it's up here.
Well, yeah, and he's outsmarting them, and he knows the confidence level is like, I can hit it in that target area.
Yeah.
But everybody else, the younger guys, the young guns are bombing it, trying to cut corners. Then he's looking at these kids, and he's like – there's no way I should be beating you, But he does it as a part of an experiment for his, business, livelihood of the decade system.
Yeah.
And he made it to the second stage, which a lot of pros haven't made it to that stage. So.
And that's kind of like what you tell me, like your mindset plays a huge role into what happens.
How you train and understanding your game. And like Scott Fawcett knows that, Tiger knows that, like the greats know that. Not that Scott Fawcett's the great, but he is for a guy that plays a handful of times
no question. Yeah, no question.
And that back in 2017 when I qualified, I had like we're going through tempo, impact, simple stuff. And then I just outsmarted people to get to a PGA championship. But then I buy a swing catalyst. I'm like, oh, this is cool. I can hit it even further. Even
yeah.